Welcome to my channel, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. I'm going to make an introduction video. I'm now well over a year on YouTube, and I thought it about time to tell you guys a little bit about myself. So in this video I'm going to do just that. So my name is Martin, I'm about 35 years old. This year I will become 35 years old. I have a wife, I have 2 kids, and I live in the Netherlands, as I mentioned in one of the videos before, I think. I am quite a creative person, and because of that, one of the things I wanted to do is explore that a little bit more and do a little bit more with that. I'm an engineer, I'm an automotive engineer, calculations and that type of engineer. But my passion is also car design and just design in general. Normally I work all week on engineering specific vehicles for industrial use, and in my spare time I design furniture. I will show some in pictures, etc. in this video, but I design cars. I'm working on my own electric kit car that supports multiple body styles, the MAYCO Friends. That's the main videos on my channel. So if you like that, then you can see that. Also, I have several cars I really like. I'm trying to buy some of them. I already have one of them, and I will fill you in a little bit more on that car as well. I have a very broad range of things that I like. For example, I like fishing, I like cooking, I like, of course, drawing, designing cars, but also animals and everything else. When I was younger, I used to draw the covers from the Thunderdome CDs with Chucky and It and all those monsters and scary things on the front of them. Drawing is a big thing I do. 3D modeling, whether it's designing an industrial cabinet or when it is designing a car or just something someone needs. That is something I like to do. I love welding. I recently had a welding course as well. I've been welding, as you can see in my videos as well. I've been welding for quite some time, and I'm trying to buy a new welder to step up my game a little, and I also need it for several of the projects that I'm working on currently. What else? Of course, I like being a dad, and it's awesome to have a family, and it's nice to be blessed with a family. It also consumes a lot of your time besides working, of course, and sleeping. So it is quite difficult to have a YouTube channel and keeping it quite regular. So I'm trying to be quite regular, but it doesn't always work like that. And also for my job, I have to travel sometimes all over the world. So sometimes I'm just not able to put a video out as I would want. So a little bit about my background. My background is basically that ever since I was a little boy, 8 years old, I wanted to become a car designer. I did numerous of car design contests. I've been in a couple of magazines with car designs of mine, mostly just fun things. Then after I graduated my, what is that called, high school, whatever, I had to choose a profession that I wanted to proceed. First I did a graphic design and media design study, so that's one of the educations that I have. After that I wanted to go to the Dutch Design Academy and then go to America to do automotive design. Basically once I almost finished the first education, graphic design and media design, I went to the Dutch Design Academy, and I didn't like it at all. Why? Because it was too much design focused, and anything went as long as it was design. So designing a car that nobody could fit in was considered design. Designing a car that wasn't aerodynamic or couldn't fit any luggage or couldn't even fit a motor or whatever, that is still considered design. when I was there, one of the guys won a prize for a caravan that was 90 centimeters high, so 3 feet high. Completely ridiculous, but yeah, that was design. Um, I couldn't. No, that was not something I saw myself doing. I'm much more technical, so I said, okay, I'm putting design on the second place and engineering on the first place. My dad was a car mechanic, and I had a lot of his books from when he was studying, and so I had a lot of technical, hands-on knowledge, theoretically, and so that helped me a lot. I'm very visually, um, yeah. So when I read something, I see it. So when I read the books of my dad and I bought some of my own books, I could see, when someone explains, for example, how a motor works, I can see the motor working in my head, and then I can understand it. So yeah. Anyway, I went to automotive engineering, so not design but engineering. Um, but during that time, there was a extra curriculum that was automotive design. So first year I followed that. Second year, third year, fourth year, I started teaching myself. During my education, I combined design and engineering in packaging engineering. For those who don't know, automotive packaging engineering is where you have, yeah, everything comes together in a car. You see a car, and a part of it is marketing, part of it is aerodynamics, part of it is safety, part of it is fitting everything in there, part of it is being better or worse than the competition. A car is, you have a Dacia, which is at the low scale, and you have a Mercedes, for example, that is at the high end of a sedan, or a coupe or whatever. And so the car that you're designing fits somewhere in there. So all the features, all the packaging, the chassis, the suspension, and all the functionality that needs to get in a car comes together, and someone needs to keep that overview, and that is the packaging engineer, making sure the budget is made, the weight is made, all those things are made, and work for what the car is intended to be. So that is basically my specialty, and in that I can combine aerodynamics, which I like. I can combine design. I can design safety features, structural engineering, chassis engineering, suspension engineering, etc., etc. So yeah, that was basically my thing. Then we used to have a big car show in the Netherlands called the Autorij. Um on the Autorij, we were invited to give design workshops with our class, me as a teacher and then some of my students. We made clay models and did some design work. There I came into contact with Sega Sports Cars. It's a Dutch race car company that builds race cars, affordable race cars that look like the 80s, 90s Le Mans prototype car. Um, so if you look, for example, at that Mazda from the 80s, it looks a lot like the original Saker. And this is a GT and the Sprint, and I designed the Rap X and the Sniper. They have two models, an enclosed model and an open model. I also went to China 2 times to build the car and made all the plugs. Then in the Netherlands, of course, I built it and did some of the presentation. Um, and some test work as well. Yeah, after that I designed the big brother of that car. Sadly, that one didn't get built. Um, then, as my graduation master thesis, I did electric vehicle safety. And following that, my graduation internship was designing an electric vehicle for a Dutch company. In the end, that didn't pan out, sadly. Then I worked with a couple of guys designing our own electric vehicles. One of the guys already designed and built his own electric, or he had an old Volvo and he made it into an electric Volvo. He's quite famous in the Netherlands with that car. He was one of the guys on the team. We were going to build a classic, authentic electric sports car, hand-built body, etc., etc. Got a whole team assembled and everything, but in the end, finances fell through. Then one day I was just fishing, and I got a call from a guy. He said, "Would you like to design a car for me?" And I said, "Yeah, well, of course. What do you have in mind?" And he basically had exactly in mind what my graduation internship was, which was a lightweight city car, um, and for a very affordable price. And so I worked with him to set up a company, and did everything from yeah, figuring out a name, designing a logo, building the team out, building the software, the computers, etc., etc. And in the end, we were working with 10 people 4 years later, and yeah, then the big bucks needed to be made available, and the project crashed sadly. Um, so then I learned of course a lot from that project, and yeah, now it's just trying to figure out something for myself. That is the MAYCO Friends, which is an ultra lightweight, affordable car, or basically like a rolling chassis, a platform that you can put any body style on, which fits the profile of the car. So you can have something like a Jaguar E-Type, a Viper, a Corvette, SLS, or you know, cars with front engine and rear-wheel drive, basically. Um, and yeah, that is something I'm working on, and designing my own bodies, designing everything for that. And as that is, YouTube is a hobby, not a profession at this point in time, um, but hopefully it will be one day. And as a job, I'm a lead engineer slash mechanical engineer, working at a company that designs specialist equipment for the industry, and so vehicles, uh, very big, very heavy, and very complex. So yeah, that in a nutshell. About myself, about cars. So from a very young age, in 1996, 1994, 1995, somewhere around that area, um, the Peugeot 406 sketches, coupe sketches were released, and I absolutely fell in love. I was about, how old was I? 12, 10, 12 years old. And I absolutely fell in love with the car. I always said to myself, I will own that car one day. But I always thought that that car should be different. I will post the next video on what that meant for me. But the Peugeot 406 Coupe, designed by Pininfarina, has always been my dream car, and still is my dream car. I own one. I have a special light green one, Tuscany green it's called. Quite a rare color, with a cognac or brown interior, which I think is the best combination. And yeah, very happy with it. I would like to go for. There was a special edition of a numbered edition which had most part of the black interior parts also in the brown interior. That's one of the goals I have for that car. But anyway, I will talk about that in the next video. Another car I have on my list is a Honda CRX. I made some videos on it on my channel as well. I've been trying to get. I once got a chance to buy one. Then the value of the car wasn't very high, and I should have. But it's always coulda, woulda, shoulda. I should have bought the car then, because it would be much more valuable today. Um, so that is the Peugeot 406 Coupe Honda CRX, the second gen, and then another car that's more like a dream car, or exotic maybe, is then the Aston Martin V8 Vanquish. That is also one of the cars that I would like to own. These are not that expensive anymore. Not that expensive. I mean, it's still a shitload of money, but yeah. So maybe one day. Um, yeah. So yeah. So about cars in general, I'm not really a brand type of guy. I'm not really a performance type of guy. I'm more a design type of guy. So if a car looks nice and I can fit in it, because with 6'6", 6'5", something like that, fitting in a car is quite difficult sometimes. I think I will struggle quite a bit to fit in a Honda CRX, for example. And another car I really like is a Matra Murena, for example. I wanted to buy one, almost bought one, but I just couldn't fit in it. I was stuck with my head between the seat and the ceiling, so that was just not an option to do that. So yeah, I'm more also, some people that want to buy a Ferrari and that's it. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that wants to build out a car. I like body kits, but very subtle ones. Um, so not body kits that create a lot of extra lines and air vents, etc., etc. Um, so yeah, but yeah, I'm more about the design. If I think a car looks great, then uh, that is more important, and especially in the Netherlands, fuel, for example, is about 3 times more expensive than in America. So what you'll see here in the Netherlands is that we all have very small engines and a very fuel efficient cars. So for me, the fuel efficiency is much more important than how much power it makes. So you won't see me making a video about my 1,000 horsepower blah blah blah, because in the Netherlands it's completely ridiculous to do that, because it will be, yeah, you cannot afford it in the Netherlands. So, or at least if you don't have a house and you don't have kids and you don't have a wife, maybe then you can afford it. But I mean, yeah, it's just if you have a house and a mortgage, etc., then you don't want to go crazy like that. You want to have a car that's fuel efficient. Um, so we have a regular car. It's a 3-cylinder, 1 liter, and 150 brake horsepower, 160 newton meters on 2,000 pounds or 1,000 kilograms. So to us that is quite nice. It drives fantastic for the family. It's a spacious car that's important for me and the family with 2 small children with the car seats and etc. Um, and then I have my electric bike, of course, and then stored away I have my Peugeot 406 Coupe. Um, but yeah, I want to revive that car and get content on it, and also yeah, get that thing on the road again. Um, so yeah, that a little bit about cars. So in this video, I introduced myself a little bit to have a little bit of an idea of who you're dealing with, and who I am and what I like, and yeah. So I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, maybe we'll see each other in the next video. I hope we can see each other in the next video. If you want to subscribe, please do so. Um, yeah, I have engineering content on the MAYCO Friends. I have design content on the MAYCO Friends. I want to start posting more practical videos on the Peugeot 406 Coupe, but again, that in a later video. And yeah, maybe I will also post some of my other hobbies. My channel is quite broad anyway, so yeah, every now and then I will post something something else and something completely random. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.